What if your city suddenly comes under attack? Sirens go off, your phone buzzes with alerts, and streets go dark. No, this isn't a movie. This is what happens when emergency powers under the Civil Defense Rules is invoked, as was done by the Ministry of Home Affairs. Hello, I'm Sandeep Sarangi and you're watching Odisha Post Live. In this video, we will explain what emergency powers under the Civil Defense Rules mean and who gets to decide, how it affects you as a citizen. What is civil defense in India? Civil defense refers to the measures taken to protect civilians during war or emergencies like air raids, natural disasters, or sabotage. It's governed under the Civil Defense Act 1968 and framed into action through the Civil Defense Rules. Initially focused on wartime protection, the scope has now expanded to include natural calamities, modern warfare including cyber and drone attacks. Who can invoke these rules? The power to invoke civil defense rules rests primarily with the Union Ministry of Home Affairs. Once invoked, the Home Minister can designate any area as a civil defense region. Local district magistrates, collectors, and civil defense controllers are given special powers to enforce emergency procedures. What powers can be used under civil defense rules? Let's break them down. What the government can do and how it directly affects you. Under the civil defense rules, authorities can exercise sweeping powers. First, control over property and premises. Authorities can direct anyone to secure or disguise buildings through blackouts, camouflage, and even constructing shelters. Non-compliance, the government steps in, does the job, and sends you the bill. 2. Regulation of dangerous substances. Toxic, explosive or flammable materials. The government can restrict, confiscate or destroy them to prevent collateral damage during hostile attacks. Third, evacuation and destruction orders. In emergencies, authorities can order the evacuation of people, animal and even demolish your property if it is considered a threat or obstructs defense efforts. Fourth, restrictions on movement and activity. Curfews can be imposed instantly. Want to step out during restricted hours? You'll need a written permit. Lights, sounds, and traffic can be strictly regulated. 5. Entry, inspection, and enforcement. Police or authorized officers can enter your home to inspect compliance, especially if you've been ordered to build a bomb shelter or secure your premises. 6. Control of information and communication. The government can ban any publication it deems dangerous to civil defense. That includes newspapers, books, or even digital content. 7. Civil defense drills and exercises. Drills like Operation Abhyas simulate real war conditions. Blackouts, sirens, air raids. Officials and volunteers can enter homes or shops to conduct training. 8. Obligation of local authorities. Local bodies must comply with central directives, even if it means pausing their routine duties. Civil defense takes top priority. Role of civil defense volunteers. Over 5 lakh civil defense volunteers are registered across India. During emergencies, they support the police, fire services, and military in tasks like evacuating civilians, organizing shelters, distributing food and medicine, providing emergency medical aid, and these volunteers are trained quite often and deployed during disasters such as flood, earthquakes, or wartime drills. More recently, mock drills simulating biological and chemical attacks have been carried out in major metros like Mumbai and Chennai. In May 2025, after cross-border strikes, India conducted civil defense drills in 244 districts, testing shelters, sirens, and emergency communications. Once emergency powers under the Civil Defense Act is activated, certain fundamental rights can be curtailed, especially the freedom of movement, freedom of speech, and right to privacy. However, these are temporary and reviewed regularly by the authorities. The Supreme Court has also ruled that such restrictions must be proportional and reasonable. Civil defense versus national emergency. What is the difference? Civil defense is operational. It is about response and protection. A national emergency declared under Article 352 of the Constitution is political and legal. It affects governance, federal structure, and suspends most constitutional rights. In short, civil defense powers are boots on the ground actions, while national emergency is a higher level constitutional mechanism. These emergency powers, while rarely used, allows the government to override normal rights for the greater good. From seizing property to restricting movement and media, they ensure centralized control in times of war or threat. Why is this important today? With modern warfare evolving beyond traditional battlefields into the air, cyberspace, and even public opinion, civil defense is now a national priority. Whether it is a war threat, cyber shutdown, or bioemergency, India's civil defense rules are designed to activate quickly, act decisively, and protect the lives of millions. Emergencies don't come with warnings, but knowing your rights and your responsibilities can save lives. Stay alert, follow protocols, and trust the system designed to protect you. If you found this video informative, hit the like button, subscribe, and share it with others. Also comment below, should India modernize its civil defense network more actively? Thank you.